Hi Yr5, we are continuing today with our place value. So you've got a Fluency over on Purple Mash. As ever, you can go into that now or when you've finished. You're going to need those place value grids again. I'm going to put a picture up of a number in my place value grid. I want you to do the same as what we've been doing the last couple of days. Make it in your place value grid. Write it in numbers and write it in words, and be sure to get those commas in the right places. It's also really important to practice saying it out loud because that will help you when it comes to understanding the number and to write it as well. You could pause the video now to help you write it in words and numbers. So the first number that we have created is 5,451,112. This number is 10,405,432. Your placeholders are really important in that number. This number is 23,244,301. So remembering to group together our millions, our thousands and our hundred, tens and ones. This time I'm going to give you some numbers in digits, and you will notice that the number 6 each time is underlined. Your task is to tell me what is the value of that 6 in every number. Remember, when we're thinking about the value of just that digit, we don't need to think about any of the other digits in the number. We just want to know what's the place value of that number 6. So these are the values of those 6's. So the first one is 60 million, the second one is 6,000, then 600, then 600,000, and the last one 6 million. Today we're going to be thinking about comparing numbers. So I'd like you to pause the video and think about some words and maybe some symbols that we might be using. Hopefully these popped into your head. So we have greater than, less than, and equal to. Hopefully you've remembered that when we're comparing numbers, it's helpful to put our numbers into a place value grid. So here's two numbers that you can put into a place value grid, and see if you can write out a number sentence underneath that tells me which one is greater than the other one, and see if you can explain why. So the number sentence should be 64,304 is less than 84,922, or we could do it the other way around, 84,922 is greater than 64,304. Now hopefully you can see that I've put these into a place value grid. When we're comparing numbers in the place value grid, we need to start with the greatest value. So for these two numbers, we've got the greatest value on the left is 10,000s. Now we know that 8 lots of 10,000 or 80,000 is greater than 6 lots of 10,000s or 60,000. Remember that if the numbers are the same, so in the same column, so if they have the same amount of 10,000s, then you need to move on to the next column along to help you with that comparison to see which one is larger. Here come some numbers that I'd like you to compare using the greater than and less than symbols. Pause the video and compare these numbers using those symbols we just talked about. Remember to use your place value grids to help you. Okay, so for the first one, 401,897 is greater than 321,423. This is because it's got one more 100,000. The next one, 4,531,974 is the greater number. Now this time, both numbers had a value of 4 million, which is the greatest value. So we had to look to the next column, which was the 100,000s, and 500,000 is more than 200,000. For C, again, we have the same problem. They both have 6 million, which is the greatest value. Then we move on to the next column, which is the 100,000s, and the number on the right, 6,108,192, has more thousands than the other one. And in the last number, we go into the 10 millions, and we can see that 21,231,002 is greater than 18,347,981. It has more millions altogether. Well done if you got those, and if you didn't, please make sure that you're using that place value grid to help you. That's it for today. It's quite a short and sweet video, but hopefully you followed along. Your task is over on My Maths today. Your first task is similar to our first task, so where the digit is underlined and you've got to give the value of that number. In there you're going to see some decimals as well, so just use your place value grid. We have worked on decimals, so just try your best to think back to what we've done on decimals. And don't be afraid to copy out the number into your own place value grid, because that will help you, okay? That's just reaffirming what those place value things mean. Your second task is comparing those numbers using those symbols. So let us know how you get on in My Maths. We'll be watching. If you need anything, please send us an email to our email address.